Yeah, absolutely, Ken. The final match for the year, November 25. This is where the league season ends. And Australia has beaten New Zealand 3 times this year. They were 2-2 last year. Let's just recap on those starting sides for tonight, Peter Sterling.
And the Australians have only made one change. That's big Willie Mason coming back into the team. Carmichael Hunter's at fullback, Brent Tate and Greg Inglis on the flanks. The centre pairing, Mark Gasnier and Justin Hodges. The halves, outstanding. The captain, Darren Lockyer, is at 5'8", Jonathan Thurston in the 7 jersey. Formidable front 6, Luke O'Donnell at lock forward, Nathan Highmarsh and Andrew Ryan the second rows. Brent Kite comes into the run on side in 17, Cameron Smith and Petro Sivanasiva. They're interchanged tonight. Willie Mason drops back in number 8, Mark O'Malley, Sean Berrigan, Anthony Tupou. They are coached by Ricky Stewart.
And the Kiwis in the room, live on Channel 9, the New Zealand side, the defending Tri-Nations champions, 24-0 winners last year in Leeds in the final.
Looking to put those back-to-back, and no surprise they haven't made a change to the team that thrashed the Lions a fortnight ago. At fullback, Brent Webb. On the wing, Shontaine Harpy and Manu Vatavai. The centres, Isaiah Soliola and Steve Matai. In the halves, Nigel Bunganar and the champion Stacey Jones. The forward pack, David Farlongo at lock, David Kidwell and Simon Mannering the second rowers. Ruben Wiki as the captain, Dean Halatau and Roy Asatasi. They're interchanged, Motu Tony, Nathan Kalis, Adam Blair, Frank Pritchard, and they are coached by Brian McLennan.
Just icy stares from the Kangaroos at the New Zealand performance of the haka. Now the Kiwis go into a huddle centre ground. Darren Lockyer won the toss and quickly fired out the words kickoff. They want to have the first tackle of the match.
Well, this is about the 4th pre-match huddle that I've seen New Zealand in. I hope they're not overdoing the emotion of it. It's a big night, but at the end of the day, it's a game of football. You've got to concentrate on your job and not too much on the emotion.
And will the first kick go to Manu Vatavai, who lines up on the wing. Willie Mason on the bench, alongside Sean Berrigan, Mark O'Mealy, Anthony Tupou. But if consistency is anything, they will kick down to the bottom right of your screen. Ashley Klein, referee. Tri-Nations final underway, and look out, the ball's coming Manu's way. It'll be cut off by Mannering. And Mannering tackled 25 metres out from the New Zealand line. The Tri-Nations decider underway live on Channel 9. And now Steve Matai, young Manly centre in his first series as a Test footy player. As a Tazi, they come centre field for Farlongo. Rabbitohs forward, tackled 11 short of halfway by O'Donnell. Now Wiki has his first hit up. And will play just short of halfway. No problems just yet for New Zealand. Asatazi, he's always possessed that footwork and put a right step in there and got as far as the Kangaroos 40. Held down by Hindmarsh. Last tackle, back with Jones, kicks from 41 out. It'll be intercepted there by Carmichael Hunt. And Hunt puts on the big hop, and then Wiki came over the top. He missed with a swinging arm that if it connected with Carmichael's head, the head may have gone over the crossbar. He went in as a Tazi there and he missed him. Ruben Wiki. Now Sivanasiva for the Kangaroos. Brings in 3 defenders, Mannering, Wiki. And now penalty to the Kangaroos.
They give him that little push, you delay the play the ball there.
And that is a real problem area for the Kiwis. Trying to be aggressive around the play the ball area, but giving away silly penalties. We've seen it so often through this campaign. No need for Ruben Wiki just to give the play the ball man a little shove. And now a new set of 6 for the Aussies inside the opposing half. Sivanasiva.
Yeah, pass fired to centre field by Smith, and Sivanasiva pushed back at the finish there by Mannering. He's been just about the leading tackler in every game he's played, Simon Mannering. Now Brent Tate, 17 on his back, but in the starting side. Some of these Manly boys have had great series on both sides. Another penalty now. Just what Sterlo was talking about. And already Ruben Wiki will come out as captain.
It's their first set of 6. Both times, obviously, you knew the first time there, he gave a little push there. Second time there, he's gone in with the hip there and knocked him over to the side. Got to talk to him. We don't want none of that.
Well, every team tries to slow down the opposition play. The ball so important in the current game, but really to give away penalties like that, and possibly the first points with Jonathan Thurston, a shot 35 metres out directly in front, it's taken everything away from a good set of 6 to start the game. This is the first penalty from the captain, just pushing Sivanasiva away, made the referee's mind up for him, and this time a little hit to Brent Tate. Sees the ball carrier pushed sideways. Again, the referee had no option.
And Thurston will kick from 34 metres out. He's almost directly in line with the right hand upright. Live on Channel 9 tonight, the Tri Nations final. And our last rugby league match for the year.
How much will he hook a ball from in front, Andrew? I've never seen a ball move as much right to left off a goal kicker's boot. Is it a problem in front?
He was swinging them 15 metres last week at Suncorp, Jonathan Thurston. Here he goes with the headgear on. Thurston, first kick of the night, successful. Points on the board, it's 2-0. Well, they've raised what happened last year, the 0 scoreline. Matthew John sideline.
Yeah, Boston, I'm joined on the sideline by Benji Marshall. Benji, that harker before the game, I tell you, it's just about as an emotional a harker I've seen from any New Zealand national side. What you feeling with the boys tonight?
Yeah, definitely, mate. They put a lot of emotion into it. I was starting to feel it on the sideline here. You know, Ruben Wiki has pumped up the boys. Sia Soliola, they're doing a great job out there.
I'm scared myself.
New Zealand restart play, and Sivanasiva gets another run, and he went into a shoulder that left Mannering on the deck. Simon Mannering was down and then had to scamper to get back in the defensive line. Both Maddai and Mannering went for the unconventional hit. Now Thurston, they're going to spread it left. Hodges, step right, step left. Tackled 40 metres out. This was the start, both of them.
Well, we pointed out during this series that Simon Mannering has not started in the forward pack for his club side, the Warriors, in the NRL. Normally a centre winger. He's pushed into the back row by McLennan, doing a good job as Lockyer gets one away. Too big off the boot.
That's Steve Harmison, first ball of the Ashes. Darren Lockyer into the fence at Aussie Stadium, unheard of.
And he saw the opposition fullback, Brent Webb, had positioned himself very well. We know Lockyer likes to kick down the left-hand side of the field. He bent them back early in game 1 of this series, but Webb was there waiting, and Lockyer went to bite off a little bit too much. Kicked it out on the full. Good pressure there from the Kiwis, and good positional play from Brent Webb, just to be in his face when he went to kick the ball.
So New Zealand scrum wins. Soliola has a touch. Legs picked up at the finish there by Lockyer. Now Kiwi penalty. Thank you, say New Zealand. So 5 minutes gone. We've got 3 penalties, a 2-0 scoreline.
This stop-start football will suit New Zealand too. I said before the game, the last thing they want to do is get blown away early. Australia want to play fast. We've had 3 penalties, a kick at a goal, a kick out on the full and a scrum. Stop-start action will help the Kiwis.
Sign of the New Zealand support in at the ground as they get a set of 6. Brent Tate had an upside-down look at the rest of the world right then. Jones out wide. Wiki got a try from that play a fortnight ago against Great Britain, a little closer to the line then though. Webb, nice deception, then back for Kidwell, held up by 3 defenders. Hindmarsh there, Sivanasiva, Cameron Smith, 8 metres out from the line. New Zealand with Jones, across to centre field, Farlongo, great ball over the top for Wiki. And then Wiki looked for a quick play, the ball may be knocked out of his hands.
Fell off and gone back on.
Penalty New Zealand right in front.
That's a very good decision by the referee. Mark Gasnier, the man penalised. Ruben Wiki definitely looking to get to his feet to play the football, and that would have been a problem. Mark Gasnier is the wide centre defender in the Australian right side defence. That's how close they were to the play. If the quick play the ball comes from Wiki, they had numbers to the left.
Beautiful ball from far longer. Beautiful ball. You're talking about the opening moments of a Tri-Nations final. But the young South Sydney player really showed us something special there.
There you can see if the play the ball had have taken place, 4 attacking players up against 2 defenders. Mark Gasnier realised the urgency, was prepared to give away 2 points, as it should be, off the boot of Stacey Jones. Will love the fact he's got an easy one to start his night of kicking.
And yet another little break for the Kiwis, a break in the action. Suck a few big deep breaths in.
Jones to level the scores. 2-all, Test football live on Channel 9. Eight minutes gone. First and goal, matched by Stacey Jones 2-pointer. 24-0 it was in last year's final. Play back underway. Mannering runs back to the 20. Live on Channel 9 from Aussie Stadium. Tri-Nations final, 2-all. And this is tackle number 2 after the kickoff. Steve Maddai on the 30. And almost could have been a penalty there against Hindmarsh. Maddai ended up on his back. Asatazi has started strongly. Tackled by Bulldogs teammate Andrew Ryan there. Although you've got to say former teammate these days, as Webb for Mannering. It will be from the start of next year. Asatazi at Souths, Ryan still at the Bulldogs. New Zealand on halfway. Halatau to centre field. Another touch for Asatazi. Another one for Farlongo. He's 40 metres from the Kangaroos line. O'Donnell was all over the top of him there. Webb is going to go high. Centre field. Hunt's underneath it. 11 metres out from his own line. No problems for Carmichael Hunt. So tackle 1. There's 15 out from the Kangaroos goal line. And now Gasnier. Nice step got him past Maddai. Held by Wiki. Quick play the ball. Smith takes off. Smith makes 15 metres for Australia back to the 40.
That's a great run. Plenty of that out of dummy half will trouble the Kiwis.
And now Tate gets in for his share. In off the wing. Has managed to keep Matt King out of this Kangaroo side. Lockyer, Thurston, working across to the side of the field, but you'll find Inglis. That was a great tackle on O'Donnell from Soliola. Hindmarsh picked it up. Now it comes on for Ryan, on for Gasnier. Tate's on his outside, on to Tate. Question mark on the pass. Referee says okay. Brent Tate goes over on a last tackle play for the Kangaroos, 6-2. Tate is over again. Now 9 test tries for the Bronco and Queensland Origin star. Just finishing saying he's kept Matt King out of the side this week, and he repays the coach's faith in him. Six points to 2, the first try of the final. The man who scored that scintillating one, the last try of last week in the 81st minute, he's got one in the 10th tonight.
And it was an attacking play that broke down for the Australians. They were looking to kick the football, but the pass from dummy half went astray. And Nathan Hindmarsh had enough knowledge to pick it up and pass. I think Steve Maddai had to back off here. He's the number 4 player. I think he should have backed off towards where Mark Gasnier was and allowed the inside defenders to pick up Andrew Ryan if they could. As it was, he presented an overlap. And Mark Gasnier, with his speed, was able to get to Vatavai and give the try scorer Brent Tate a saloon passage.
It's our job to call it as we see it, but I've got to say I'm not a fan of the last 2 passes, to be honest. Ryan's or Gasnier's. It's all by the by now, though. It's on the board for Tate. He's now got 9 test tries in his 14th test tonight. Thurston 5 metres in from touch. He's taken it back 25 metres. In flight from Thurston. And JT, The star for the Cowboys does it in the green and gold. It's 8 points to 2. Matthew John sideline.
Yeah, that's the blueprint for Australia. They've got to attack out here on this right-hand side. You got Stacey Jones defending 3 in, and the man on the outside, Steve Maddai, likes to come in. Stacey likes to hold and slide. That's a bad combination for New Zealand.
Beautiful shot watching Thurston's kick come in again. And now the restart. Brent Tate is with it. Mason remains on the bench alongside Mark O'Mealy, itching to get out there. 12 minutes gone. Sevenasiva up over the 20. Farlongo's got a hold, so too has Jones, and still Sevenasiva went for another 12 metres. Mannering, the last man to roll away. It is simple but effective from the Kangaroos. Back to centre field. Kite almost back to halfway now. Hallertau there with Kidwell. And Cameron Smith kicking option at a dummy half. He copped a shoulder there from Kidwell. Bouncing ball fielded by Webb. He's been, again, a star for New Zealand this year.
Every time Australia take the ball to the middle of the field, here's a mistake now by New Zealand. It's going to give a great attacking opportunity to the Kangaroos. But every time Australia take the ball to the middle of the field, the Kiwis look short on the outside. They're racing up on the previous tackle and they're retreating very, very slowly. Another drop ball coming out of trouble. Well, there's an enigma of a winger. If he gets it, he can damage it, but there's no doubt that's only a small percentage. He doesn't catch it all the time, Bossy.
No, in his defence on that one, Shantae Harpy's pass from dummy half was a poor one. He was at speed, the big man. He went behind him. Australians love this. Thurston feeds 30 out and finds Justin Hodges.
Hodges will play it. 25 metres out. Aussies up by 6. Slow play the ball. Smith keeps going left on for O'Donnell. Cut in half low down. That the tackle by Ruben Wiki. And that slowed up the play the ball as well. Smith back to centre field with Hindmarsh. Then on for Thurston, a dummy, and Mannering. Good defence. He could have fallen for it. The Great Britain defence did early last week. Smith, Sevenasiva looking to turn and pass. This is tough stuff for New Zealand. Real pressure early for them. 13.5 minutes gone. Thurston, dummy again. That time it was the outside defence that cut off the options for Thurston. Last tackle, 8 metres out. Smith, Lockyer, swings back to Hindmarsh, offloads, difficult. Smith, Lockyer, he'll kick across. Vatavai's on, he's lonesome, and Manu Vatavai. Well done. He comes up with a catch and has saved the day for his team. Line dropout.
Good boy, Manu. He jumped from the field to play black to the in goal, so that will be a line dropout. Like I said, he doesn't catch them all, but he tends to catch the spectacular ones. This one back to his left-hand side. High above the pack, down he comes, retrieves it for his team, well done. But more pressure here for the Kiwis. Gee, they look vulnerable on the outside in defence. Darren Lockyer will carve them up here if he gets the right ball.
Line dropout not deep. Carmichael Hunt fielded it on the 40, and then Kite runs back, and Kidwell went for him, didn't quite get him. 25 metres away from the line. Sevenasiva puts in a big last step as he got to the defence. Kidwell, no time to look over to the bench to see if Mason's coming on yet. The Australians are only 10 metres out. It is intense on New Zealand. Trailing by 6. Smith dummy half, blindside, Thurston. Ball popped out for Hodges. Some of the New Zealand fans not happy about it. Inglis sends it to centre field with O'Donnell. New Zealand's defence has to aim up again, and it is through Wiki. And Farlongo. And you can add Kidwell's name to the tackle as well. Again they attack the blindside. Smith, he's only 5 metres away. Last play, Kangaroos. Hodges, Lockyer, 12 metres out, steadies, kicks low this time. Vatavai again, he got the wrong one, and he was able to catch it in on the left. Second line dropout, rocks and diamonds from Manu Vatavai, 2 diamonds in a row.
Well, this one hit a crack in the pitch. We saw plenty of it at the Gabba today. This really screwed off the game. Some ugly play down the short side here by Australia. Lockyer with a good kick, hit a crack in the pitch, went left to right, and Vatavai come up with the catch again. Should be batting for England.
Nathan Kalis coming in for Ruben Wiki. What a joy it must be to have Darren Lockyer making your final play decisions. 2 kicks he's come up with. They tried an inside pass to Hindmarsh on the last, it broke down. So he decides to kick wide, almost gets it over Vadavai's head. That time he went to the line, committed the opposition defence and put through a difficult one, which again was well handled by the big winger.
Gee, there's been a delay in this line dropout being taken. Summed up as gamesmanship. They made the change, Kalis on for Wiki. They soaked up another 40 seconds. Now Kite gets almost back to the 20. There's movement on the bench. Willie Mason is up for the Kangaroos. Sivana takes another run.
Well, after 3 consecutive sets of 6, he might be the player to bust them open. We may see it happen before he comes into the fray.
Smith, Thurston switches back left and ran straight into the clutches there of Azatazi. That was a big bear hug tackle. Lockyer drifts across field. Ryan ran straight through. Play on for Hunt. Then back for Gaznia. Gaznia got away from Mannering. He's still on the 20-metre line. Links up with Thurston. Thurston kicks. Here comes Inglis, but it's over the sideline.
Oh, Mark Gaznia. He's the last man you want to see with the ball floating in field. And had that kick sat up, Inglis would have scored untouched. Good vision there from Thurston, but that man, Gaznia, picking up a loose passage of play again from Australia, whose attack has not clicked into gear yet. I think there's plenty of opportunities out wide. They're just not getting the ball there. They're turning it back on the inside, going back down the short side a lot.
Well, boy, do New Zealand need some possession right now. They would love a penalty sometime in this set. Maddai comes in with plenty of spirit, plenty of vigour on that run.
Well, the Harpy run followed by the Maddai run is exactly what they needed. This is pretty good as well from Vadavai. Lowe's being forced back, but 3 rucks now. They picked up 25 metres and not a forward has been used.
Showing you the stats, possession heavily in favour of the Kangaroos, and now the Kangaroos hunt in to make that tackle on Farlongo. Kalis has a touch and gets to halfway. He scored a try 2 weeks ago. Only his 3rd in Test football. Last tackle with Jones, nicely off the boot. He's managed, no, hasn't got it over the head of Carmichael Hunt. 5 metres out from the line, back for Inglis. And Inglis is picked up, twisted, turned and buried by Kalis and Kidwell. Played inside the 20. Tate's in there to take number 2. Around the outside of Maddai, Tate's away. Tate down the sideline, held by Vadavai and back for Gaznia. Good stuff, Brent Tate. Enjoying tonight's final. Now Ryan with it. 2 metres short of halfway. Mannering again there in defence. Smith for Hindmarsh. They're setting up on the left side. Thurston away for Lockyer. This looks promising. Out they come. Hodges was held. Thrown to the ground in the Harpy tackle. Was still able to offload, but Harpy's work was enough to slow down the Kangaroos. O'Donnell with it. Australia now 40 metres away from the New Zealand line. It is tackle number 5. Lockyer is left side. They go a little wider than that. To Thurston they run. Hodges! Inglis on his outside. Inglis, great gather in and tackled 5 metres out. The long arms of Greg Inglis. He pulled one in.
As Willie Mason comes to the sideline, and this is the difference between Australians and Kiwis. Watch him pull this in. Now, we watched Manu Vadavai. We made excuses for him for a bad pass earlier from dummy half. You've got to catch him, and the class players catch them, no matter where you throw them. We saw him do that in Origin this year on debut when he caught a Lockyer pass and scored. That's the difference.
There was a shocking piece of defence there from Nigel Vunganar. It was 3 on 3, and for some reason he raced in and gave the opportunity to the Australians. Fortunately, his teammates came up with some desperate defence late, including that man with the football there, Hallertau.
Still Mason waits to come on. Kangaroos defending. Let's go to the sideline. Ben Eichen.
You cannot speak highly enough about the capacity of the Aussies as we see the New Zealanders go wide here.
Mannering threw it back inside. Ben, Australia back in possession. And Lockyer will play it. Gaznia now. Gaznia, nice fend. Then runs into Manu Vadavai. We'll get back to Ben Eichen in just a moment as Mason is on. 30 metres out from the line. Centrefield they come. Mason. 22 metres out from the line. Smith then throws for Thurston. Thurston for Lockyer. This time Vunganar makes a nice tackle. With Soliola, they're called out. Now there's a push. There's one, there's two, there's three in it. Now there's about 20 in it. O'Donnell's in the thick of it. Soliola wants to go on. He wants to carry on. Hodges plays policeman. Referee Klein had already said penalty Kangaroos. But the tempers, they really do simmer.
It's a high tackle. It's a high tackle.
Sivanasiva got menacing. Thurston threw one. I don't think Soliola got one in.
The penalty will go against the Kiwis for a high tackle. That was the original decision made by the man in the middle with the whistle.
Now come here. Okay. Right, the penalty's already gone your way for the high tackle. I've seen if you could offload the ball to play an advantage. Okay, there's nothing to do with you. There's no need for you to run in there, okay? So have a think about your actions. If you do something like that again, you might not be around. Okay? River.
Referee Ashley Klein hasn't real time off during this caution.
Nigel! Nigel!
And I don't think New Zealand will mind. Vangana now called out.
Yeah. Penalty's going against you guys for the high tackle, okay? Yeah. We don't need any of that stuff for players that running in.
Yes.
Enough, I spoke to it.
Yeah, as long as
let's have a word with him, okay? None of that.
That wasn't a high tackle. That was a beautiful ball and all tackle. No penalty was deserving there. This was all just push and shove. It's nothing. Boys getting restless. That's nothing. That's good. All good. Everyone kept their heads. Good stuff. It's footy. It's not netball.
Thurston just placing this one on the kicking tee, 20 in from touch. You'd reckon with a swing that he's got, this is the go. About 20 in from touch. He can aim it out of that right upright, swing it back just left side of the black dot. Is it a science?
Be careful.
Or is this the one he's going to kick straight?
Well, we put the mock on him, but we'd love to see this one go over to extend the lead outside, a converted try. The final 16 minutes of this first half are about to be after Thurston puts this one either over or dead.
8 points to 2, and his third shot for the night is successful. We'll break. Tri Nations final on Channel 9. Still only the one try in the contest. But it is an 8-point lead. Brent Tate scored it. Again, the Kiwis have strolled back to halfway. So between the caution after the high tackle and the fight, we've probably lost 2.5 minutes with a kick. Here we go again at Aussie Stadium, live on Channel 9 at 10 points to 2. Tri Nations final. Mason has his first touch. Up came the Kiwis. He was looking to offload and then tackled by Mannering. Sivanasiva. Farlongo gets in to make the tackle.
Marco Mealy coming to the sideline now, about to come out as Brent Tate tries to beat a tackle, getting heavily involved, the right winger.
Now Smith, Thurston working left, and there's Asatazi again. Front on defence. He's really going well, Roy Asatazi for New Zealand. And again they attack the short side. Thurston almost through the tackle of Asatazi, got back to the 40-metre line. Last tackle, Lockyer kicks from just inside the red line and has got Webb on the run. Great take from Webb. Now rushes back over the 20-metre line. He ran so quickly, he got away from Manu Vatuvei. Soliola, Vatuvei positioned himself down the left to take a run. Cricket continues tomorrow, the first test, day 4 from 10:30 at the Gabba. Australia right on top.
Ricky Ponty's still batting. He won't leave the crease. They're under lights up there at the moment. They're just batting on. Just want to bat.
And troubles for Maddai for New Zealand.
I think 1200 will be a good lead. We can get him out for that.
Captain Gould, that's his call. Maddai, it's more than just a bit of trouble at the moment. This kick, good communication there, Inglis and Hunt. Inglis runs up, Harpy's there. Maddai, they look to the sideline.
Well, he missed a game a couple of weeks ago. I think it may well have been a shoulder injury. Looks like he's picked one up again. That left shoulder is hanging down, and he would be a big loss. Imagine Mannering would go out wide. Third tackle now against the Australians, 32 out from their own line.
Well, that is where Mannering's versatility will come in handy. Mason again, up and over the 40-metre line and tackled low down by Kalis. Maddai still out on the left wing. Smith kicks from 5 metres inside his own half. This to the wing of Shantaine Harpy. All the way back to the goal line. He scored the first try of the last clash when they met. Harpy comes across field. Is hit over the top by Mark O'Mealy, Matthew Johns.
Yeah, I can tell you Stevie Maddai's right here is at the moment. It's a shoulder injury. It's his left shoulder. The trainer actually tried to drag him off a few times. He wanted to stay off, but common sense prevailed. I don't know if he'll be back.
Nice pack goes on to Steve Maddai. In the meantime, penalty to New Zealand. Mark O'Mealy gets all over his man. Webb throws out a push, and then O'Mealy does same.
Well, Mark wasn't watching the first few minutes from the sideline. He was on the bench. They'd been giving penalties for that. No good pleading to the referee. They're not in the game at the moment, the Kiwis. Australia is controlling this comfortably, and the Kiwis look off the pace.
So Mannering has gone to left centre as Kidwell takes a run, does well. Ran straight at Hodges.
Yeah, Frank Pritchard is a player who's gone out in 17, and he can cause some problems if he can find some time and space. As again, the New Zealanders look to work it out from their own end, as they've done so often tonight. Maddai in plenty of pain on the sideline.
Now with Vanganard, almost ducked under the tackle of O'Mealy, got away from Mason. Quick play the ball from Vanganard. They work to centre field. Kalis will play it 5 metres inside the Australian half. They trail by 8 points. But now just a little bit of field position. Jones tries the chip. It's a beauty. Webb with the ball. Offloads. Kiwis are going to score. Pritchard's over. Frankie Pritchard scores. First time he touches the ball. 29 gone. It's 10-6. Like a horse race, the number 17 flashed down the outside, and you just about had to look at the program. It was Pritchard down the grandstand side, scoring for the Kiwis. And 10 points to 6 now. Good stuff. New Zealand have their first try in this Tri-Nations final, live on Channel 9, 10-6, kick to come from the sideline.
And it was a beauty. They were looking for some inspiration, and so often in the last decade it has come from Stacey Jones. You can't defend this. Going to the line. The perfect little kick. It was a planned move. Brent Webb chasing through, and a wonderful ball to the outside. Frank Pritchard. It is his first touch since coming on after the injury of Steve Maddai. Just a perfect little chip over the top, not high enough to allow the green and gold defenders to get there. And Frank Pritchard, he's so good at making breaks. This time he didn't have a lot to do except finish it.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Like I said, they weren't in the game. They needed something magical to get back in it, and their two most creative players did it. Jones and Webb. There's not a lot of creativity in this side. They're just big and strong and come at you and wear you down. But in Jones and Webb, there is a little bit of spark from time to time, and they provided it there. Good player, this bloke. Good player. Untapped potential, Frankie Pritchard.
Now Jones from just a metre in from the sideline, 19 out, doesn't strike it as he would have wished. It is 10 points to 6. Now we can get back to Ben Ikin. Sorry about that, Ben.
Yes, well, the effort from the Kiwis so far in this game has been a little bit messy. They've got the capacity to do things like this. They've got some brilliant ball players, namely Stacey Jones, who's also a great leader. Some players with X-factor like Frank Pritchard, Brent Webb, David Fa'alongo. They're all there. The Kiwis are still in this game, you better believe it.
We have a game 10 out from half-time.
Very easy to get offside in that kind of situation as well. Brent Webb did very well, as he did there, to take a difficult kick-off. That's Adam Blair taking it outside the 10.
Sivanasiva on the bench. So to the other starting front rower, Brent Tate. New Zealand trail by 4. And another close one, as it was in game 2 of this series. Here's Mannering playing in the centres. Hammered over the top by Hindmarsh here. Tony sends Pritchard down the left side. Rennick, Gasnier, Lockyer, Hindmarsh to finish off. New Zealand now taking a leaf out of the Australian book. Nothing too flash, but getting back near halfway. Tackle number 5.
The scoreboards give them a little bit of comfort. They were panic at 8 points down, now 4 points down. They've come up with their best set of 6 of the game, coming out of trouble.
Jones, it's a Queensland trio at the back for Australia, with Hunt at fullback and Tate and Inglis on the wings.
Momentum changed a little bit now. Both Mark O'Mealy and Cameron Smith still aren't back on side. Mason took a while to come back. Steve Maddai, as Matt Johns points out, must be a huge question mark as to whether he will feature again tonight, as O'Donnell wrestles to pick up another metre.
It's the last game of the year. If they need him, he'll be back.
Real wrestle here on O'Donnell. It's taken 3 to bulldog him to ground. And now played. And O'Mealy charges up over the 40, but tackled there by Kalis. Smith, one-handed scoop up. Another great run from Cameron Smith. Gets it to the New Zealand 40. Again, Kalis had to make the tackle. That time with Adam Blair. Thurston's kick along the deck and takes it straight at the sideline. Look, it's only a 20-metre gain.
Well, it's not an attacking kick at all. And that is a sign that the last couple of minutes have just rocked them a little bit, conceding those points. Again, we go back to the sheds. Live action down there. David Falongo on the field, starting to look a little bit tired as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Ron McLennan looks to get him off.
Australia really hasn't taken advantage of their opportunities, Peter, have they? You know, they've had good possession and good opportunities and lead by 4.
Well, New Zealand will think that the only try they've conceded so far came after a mistake. It was a last tackle play by Australia. Darren Lockyer was going to kick the football. As it turned out, they were good enough to manufacture something. But they will believe that they've given all the points to the opposition through silly penalties. A little bit of misfortune late in the tackle count. Mannering getting taps on the back as Black and Whites get another penalty.
And this will take New Zealand close enough to halfway. Let's go back down to the sideline. Matthew Johns.
Yeah, it'll be Benji Marshall. Benji, look, it wasn't a great start for the Kiwis, and they've just hung in there, but you're starting to pick up a bit of momentum now.
Yeah, definitely. About 10 minutes ago, they're looking flat as attack, you know, and they defended 3 sets of 6 on their line, and Stacey Jones and Brent Webb Magic came back and brought them back in the game. You know, and when they're confident, they can do anything.
Pritchard tackled 32 metres out. Benji Marshall, special guest on our commentary team tonight here on Channel 9. And can't wait for round 1 to see Benji in action again for the West Tigers next year. It'll be on Channel 9 as well on the first Friday night against Melbourne. Jones dumps it off inside. They're back in the zone. They're only 18 metres out from the line, New Zealand. Tackle number 4. Tony across field. Pritchard's with it. Vanavai puts it down. Oh, he's batting at 50% tonight.
Well, you can't take 50%ers into big games. I've got nothing against this kid. He's an enormous talent. But like I said, he's an enigma. You've got to catch him. Compare that to what Greg Inglis does on the other side of the field. This is the second one tonight he's put down. Mixed in with that was 2 great takes in his own in-goal from very, very difficult kicks. It seems when he's got time to think about it, it's a problem. If he's got no time to think about it, he's good. So don't think. Catch.
They've got to start throwing it with his feet and up over his head. He had a definite look there at Brent Tate. I think he thought one-on-one here. I'm a chance. But first you've got to catch the football as the Aussies now work it out. Carmichael Hunt's been quiet tonight, fairly well contained so far.
Inside the final 6 of this first half right now. Hindmarsh, a run for the Kangaroos. He loves the work. No break in this half for Nathan Hindmarsh. Vangana there was Soliola. Smith has a little look up at dummy half. And will go for another run. Explores another hole in the New Zealand defence. Hodges, he makes good ground, gets them inside New Zealand's half, but it is the last. They've had some success on the last tackle tonight. Thurston, let's run again, they say. Lockyer fires it out for Gazdia. Gazdia, oh, he trips. Gazdia stumbled, and he was held and changeover. Is there a sniper out there?
Hold there, Andrew.
Starts and finishes. You've got to watch the back end of the set of 6 when you play against Darren Lockyer. He's no guarantee to kick the ball. He found space out wide with Gaznia. Should have gone to Tate, I guess.
He actually caught the boot of Vadavai, who was backing back. A let off there as Brent Webb throws the dummy, gets outside the 30.
Get your hands back off.
And this time penalty New Zealand.
You fell off and then go back on.
4.5 minutes remaining first half. Referee Klein is having his impact on the contest, and that has been right from the opening minutes of play. 2 penalties the first 2 minutes, 3 in the first 5.
He's been consistent. He's going to keep it up by the look of it.
So Modu Tony to centre field with Wiki. Changed his run just at the last time and avoided Willie Mason. He went sideways to halfway. This time Kidwell. And held there by O'Donnell. Completion rate, that is just about levelled up. Certainly wasn't the case early. Now Soliola 30 metres away from the Australian line. O'Mealy made the tackle there. Overall possession, time in possession, getting back to the 50% mark. So the Kiwis 21 metres out from the line. Tackle number 4 again. Their success is coming left. Jones goes inside that time. Last tackle, 3.5 minutes remaining first half. The little general again. Jones kicks it back towards the post. They all fly through, and Thurston comes down with it. He's got some of the chases though.
Got a high tackle against Brent Webb on Jonathan Thurston, I think you'll find. There was a lot of traffic there. And it's Nigel Vunganar. Again penalised for a high tackle. From the banana kick from Stacey Jones. It was an excellent kick because it landed in the field of play and gave the chasers an opportunity. Vunganar, it's a pretty soft penalty. It's one that the Australians will embrace.
Good read there by Thurston.
10 points to 6, and Hindmarsh runs. Oh, Soliola just fell to his knees as he went to make the tackle. He's okay. I think he's okay. You see a Soliola, that was an odd one. And now O'Mealy. Carmichael Hunt. Dummy and run and tackled low down by Kalis. He's done well since coming on. The Parramatta captain, Nathan Kalis. Now Smith for Hindmarsh. He's hit. He is hit by Soliola. There's nothing wrong with him. He's done a dental check on Hindmarsh. O'Mealy. No charge, says Soliola.
He rattled the fillings there.
With his own face, Gus. He put his head on the line. You'll see a Soliola.
Oh, dear.
And did not flinch. It is a tough, tough game. Thurston. He is hit after kicking by Blair. Referee Klein has seen it. Vadavai has picked it up. Vadavai tries to get on the outside of Tate. Referee Klein says play on.
There's Australians down everywhere. I don't think it was too bad on that one, but someone hit Gaznia when he was chasing the ball. Way away from the play.
And there's no trouble with the Blair hit. He wasn't very late and he left the ground. He certainly couldn't pull out of it. But it is danger time now inside the final minute and a half. We saw 16 points scored in the first half last year. They were all New Zealand's way. That's Ruben Wiki tangling with Mark Gaznia on the intended chase.
It's a fair check to cop on the way through, run into Ruben.
Well, that was the penalty. That was the penalty. The Thurston tackle was no problem. Here's one coming out of trouble again for the Kiwis. Looks like they'll get the last possession of the half. The last chance.
60 seconds remain, Gus. That one against Cameron Smith. They said they would produce some trickery in New Zealand coming into the final. Well, this is the time. This is the moment.
Well, they might try a little bit of trickery early. If they can't score in 4 or 5 rucks, Stacey Jones go high. Put the bomb up, get a good chase.
Played by Wiki. Jones, there's a Kiwi chant up here as Kalis takes the run and is held 35 metres from the goal line. Tackle number 3. 20 seconds remain. Modu Tony, Stacey Jones, now Webb. That's 3 of their magic men in a row. Webb is tackled by Hindmarsh. 30 metres from the line. Final seconds of the first half. At 10 points to 6. Jones wants to run. Pritchard for Mannering. Running out of space. Back for Pritchard. Keeps it alive. Jones with the ball. And Hindmarsh shuts him down. And that brings us to the end of the first half. It's been a good one. There's only been 2 tries. The first one to Tate. The reply from Frank Pritchard. 10 points to 6 at half-time. A real thriller when they played last time, as we told you at the top of the show tonight. It went down to the final minutes when Australia won 20-15. Could be the same story tonight. Second half is underway. Mason runs back. Kidwell is one of those who went after him. And he is back to the 20. Yet to really have his stamp on this game. Here's O'Mealy running at Modu Tony. Nice tackle front on. And back to the 30, the Kangaroos in their first set after the break. O'Donnell thrown down there by Blair, the young Melbourne forward. Cameron Smith having his best game of the series tonight. Mason gets a second touch here. And he is 5 short of halfway. Tony was first in, second in was Kidwell. Now O'Mealy. So between Mason and O'Mealy, they've taken 2 hit-ups each in this first set. Now Thurston drives it low, never got higher than half a metre off the ground. Webb gathered it in, and then Webb almost got through the tackle of O'Donnell.
I'm surprised he even caught that. That ball was going out the back easily. It was going to land in the harbour. Would have been a 20-metre tap and an easy passage out to the 20-metre line. Sydney Harbour, Bossy, if you don't know what I mean. Would have hit the harbour bridge.
Slight exaggeration. I feel Gould as the bird, as the crow flies. What, it's about 4 k's to the water from here.
It's November 25.
Now Tony, across for Jones, they stretch it. Quick hands along from Pritchard for Mannering. Sends the big bloke away. Manu Vatuvei held. Passed inside for Mannering. Vatuvei was getting into full stride. And that is an awesome sight. Now the kick from Tony, kick and chase. And Carmichael Hunt is with it. Got around the back of Jonathan Thurston.
That was a selfish kick there from Modu Tony. He had a good line to his right-hand side. If he'd have gone high, there was any number of chases. Nice work down the left-hand side. Simon Mannering passes early, and that allowed Brent Tate to turn and chase. He did very well to take the return pass.
Brian McLennan was telling me last week that Vatuvei is easily the fastest player in the Kiwi side. He did well there, Tate.
Hopefully it's with the ball when we see it tonight. In hand.
Oh, he's got to catch it.
Australians are 5 metres inside the Kiwis half. O'Mealy made a mess of a few. Tate's got on to the end of a long pass. Tate's thrown it forward 3 metres back in field.
He had
Referee Klein has picked it up.
an unmarked Mark Gasnier on his left shoulder almost, I think you will find. There were some New Zealand defenders there, but once Brent Tate got around Manu Vatuvei, have a look at Mark Gasnier come in behind Simon Mannering. Yeah, maybe the long pass was the better one, but I think if he was able to manufacture the little one over the top to Gasnier, he was away.
See, Vatuvei got himself badly out of position there.
Head down. Wait,
Andrew Ryan recognised was a beautiful pass to Tate.
New Zealand have possession. Vatuvei was the man with the ball. Now Wiki goes for a run and ran straight at Mason, who got hold and just threw him down. Kiwi chant again. In fact, it's Kiwis, Kangaroos head-to-head in the crowd at the moment.
I reckon Frank Pritchard has had 8 runs and he's run at Lockyer and Gasnier every time. He's just trying to torment them.
Lockyer's tackle count, double figures in the first half. Here's Kidwell, stands, ball is loose. Thurston bids for it. Thurston and Webb. Webb's the highest bidder. Sold to Brett Webb, he's got the ball, and the tackle count restarts. So New Zealand in possession on tackle number 1 on halfway. And now a penalty for them.
Don't come up with it.
Double whammy. Hodges, shake of the head. Advantage New Zealand here.
I still think New Zealand have got to take a few chances with the ball. The one-arm passes from a Folongo or the little chip kick from Stacey Jones, they've been the ones that have given Australia most trouble. When they just hit it up and pass it, the Australian defence has been too strong for them. Take a risk.
Tony picks out his man, that is Kidwell. And every time Kidwell touches, the crowd, they're looking for the number 8 from Australia, Willie Mason. We talked about unfinished business tonight. 25 metres out from the line. Tony, Jones, deeper for Webb. Across field, almost around the outside of Lockyer, kept it going. Pritchard's with it. Tackled low down by Ryan. New Zealand, 15 metres from the line. Big opportunity here. Webb on for Kalis. And there wasn't much to that play.
No, that's a wasted one. That's the one where they waste setting up for the next play. They've got to go quicker than that.
Tony, Jones, then for Webb. They're lined up outside. Bungana, Soliola has scored for New Zealand. Yosia Soliola levels the scores here at Aussie Stadium. And they have now scored 2 tries to 1. Possession converted into points, and it is 10-all. Look out, boys, here come the Kiwis. Tri-Nations final live on Channel 9, 10-all. And a 20-year-old, Yosia Soliola, has his 4th Test try. This is the biggest moment of his career in the Tri-Nations final.
If I was Chris Anderson and Rooster supporters, I'd be excited about the development of this number 3. Now playing international football, Soliola. I think he'll be in the black and white jersey for many seasons to come. On 2 occasions early in this second half, the New Zealanders have gone wide and they have looked dangerous. They got down the left side through Vatavai and Mannering. This time Bungana brings Soliola back on the inside. Despite the attempted tackle from Thurston and from Greg Inglis, we now have Stacey Jones looking to take the lead. He pushes it to the right.
Oh, doesn't swing it back. On the sideline, Matthew Johns with an excited Benji Marshall. How is he, Matty?
Oh, he's very, very excited. Look, Benji, Brian McLennan apparently was super confident at half-time. He believes their best footballers ahead of the New Zealand side. That proves it.
I believe it is. Earlier in the first half, you know, they were a bit flat and they weren't using the ball as much, but then they just showed a bit of creativity. Decoy runners out the back again. Nigel Vagana inside to Soliola. Happy days.
Lockyer goes deep from the kickoff. Couldn't find Manu Vatavai. Blair comes back. Talk about the youngsters in the side. O'Mealy's back on the bench for Australia. So too is Kite. Tupou and Berrigan haven't seen any football yet. Vatavai went for a run. There was green and gold everywhere. Sivana Seaver and Hindmarsh on the biggest man there. Penalty now in the meantime. It goes against the team in possession.
He doesn't go touching it. Ruben, he doesn't touch their players.
Well, it goes against the New Zealand player, Brett Webb, pushing Petro Sivanasiva out of the way. The referee didn't like it, said don't touch the opposition.
That's a harsh penalty at this stage of the game. We see that week in, week out in NRL football, where the whole pressure is on quick play of the balls and not laying on the tackle player. Brilliant hit there by Sivanasiva. Stuck his shoulder in there to Big Vatavai. Stood him up. And Petro hangs around the play of the ball a lot. He usually lays down there, has a little bit of a rest for a minute before he gets up. They were just pushing him out of the way. And Petro said, I got a penalty. How good's that? You beauty.
If this attempt is successful from Jonathan Thurston to give them a 12-10 lead, and that was the final score, you would say that it was a soft decision that ultimately decided the sides. I know we've got a long way to go. Thurston here does have an opportunity again to put the Australians in front. It would favour the way he's striking the ball, and it will be successful, and it is.
Thurston again. 12 points to 10. And Brian McLennan is nervous, he's anxious. A lot of things to watch again from that hit. The smiling Sivanasiva after he gets him. And then Vatavai gave him a little tap as well. You know, I reckon Manu Vatuvei dropped it when he went to play it anyway. It was probably going to be knock-on against New Zealand.
Well, the Kiwis lead 2 tries to 1 and they're behind on the scoreboard. 3 penalty goals. In a game that's going to be this close, is just a killer for them.
Especially when one of those penalties have gone against you when you're in possession.
Mason with it for the Kangaroos, ran at Wiki. And Blair gets physical with Big Willie. Gets him down on the ground. Sivanasiva gets another run for the Kangaroos. And ran straight back at Kalis. This is wonderful Test Rugby League right now. Hindmarsh is with it. Ferocious running by the Kangaroos. 3 plays back to the 40. Kidwell almost penalised. Kiwis barely back for 10 at the moment. Sivanasiva tackled outside the 40. Cameron Smith. Lockyer gets it out for Gazdia. There's that shimmy, and then tackled by Mannering and Jones. Last tackle in this Lockyer. Left foot kick to the wing of Shantaine Harpy. He'll get it on the goal line. One-handed carry. Back comes Harpy. Steps into O'Donnell and into Thurston. 2 of the Cowboys. Webb with it. Try scorer. Soliola's head front on that time. Tupou's first injection into the game. He gets his Roosters teammate. Great stuff now. Kidwell's with it. They come reeling out of it. Tupou again. Inglis wanted to get involved. I don't know about the wingers getting in. And now Blair. They have to settle. 28 metres out from their own line. It's plenty willing in the front line right now. Wiki with it. Runs up and is tackled by Smith. Last play here for New Zealand. Kick from Webb. Goes across. Inglis will get it. Looking for a bit of Greg Inglis magic tonight.
They've upped the ante here, the Australians, both with the ball and in defence in that set of 6. They're making their surge now.
Carmichael Hunt. Sean Berrigan about to get his first football for the night. On he goes. The Clive Churchill medal winner from the grand final for Cameron Smith. Mason hunts across. Kidwell is in that tackle.
The surge coinciding with interchanges. Brent Tate has gone to the sideline. Tupou is just out there now. Berrigan's first touch.
Thurston, Lockyer, lined up outside. Vatuvei went for the intercept. Tate comes up with the ball. Well, Vatuvei was there to go intercept or take Gazdia. He almost got a bit of both there. He's been left behind. Lockyer with the ball. Sivanasiva. Thurston shrugs away from one. Now keeps it alive for Hunt. Pass round the back. On the bounce for Inglis. Gets away from Blair. Inglis down the sideline. Is hit ball and all by Webb. Referee Klein rushes in. Hodges is there. He plays policeman again.
Well, Vatuvei is leaving the field now after that collision with Mark Gaznia and the attempted intercept. He's off the field of play, and Webb does go high on Greg Inglis, who beautifully evaded 2 defenders.
Go put one on report so we can have a look at the case. It's careful, how you doing?
He didn't have much choice, Webb. There's Vatuvei on the other side of the field. He's injured. I don't know why Webb didn't have much. The other fella had just beaten 2 blokes with a big fend. He just went in as hard as he could. Got a bit of a grapple in the end. Well, but here come the Australians. This is the surge.
Well, they better make a decision, the visitors, on what they're going to do with Vatuvei.
They have only 12 on the field defending their own goal line. Only 12 on. Sivanasiva.
Well, the signal has come from the far side that Vatuvei is no good, but they've got to get him out there just to stand him there to be in the way.
Defending one short. Mannering's out at left wing. That's the way they go. Carmichael Hunt. Mannering gets there to make the tackle. They're still defending with 12. 10 metres out from the line. Lockyer gets it for O'Donnell. Then for Thurston. It was knocked straight back into his hands. Hodges with it. Tackle count has restarted. Hodges held by Monu Tony.
He's short on their left-hand side. Just got to get it there.
Surely they're still defending with 12. This is amazing. Lockyer. Out it comes. Straighten up. The defence, Ryan. Looking to offload. He's held by Jones. He's held by Pritchard and by Mannering. There's still a chance to blindside here. They come the open. Lockyer with it. Ball's on the deck. Tupou picks it up. Dummies the way of Hodges. straightens up now. Tupou, he offloads one-handed. Tate's with the ball, he puts a kick in. Shantaine Harpy takes it over the dead ball line. And you're here to tell me, fellas, they still haven't made the change.
No, Dean Hallertau has gone out there now. As Vadavai is being helped around by trainers, this will be a very slow restart.
So Hallertau will play in the centres, the starting hooker. Mannering, the starting second rowers on the wing. It's looking makeshift out on the left. Not that those players haven't played those positions before.
I still find it amazing that Manu Vadavai went for the intercept. He can't catch his own team's passes. How's he going to catch Australia's?
Oh, that's cruel. I'll tell him you said that, and I'll give him your home address as well. Here's Sivanasiva.
No, he's too big.
He gets inside the 30. He's been wonderful tonight, Petro. Finishing off a wonderful year. Kaida's with it. He's inside the 20. 15 metres out from the line and 12 points to 10 to the Kangaroos. 25 minutes remaining. Lock your switch. Thurston, Sivanasiva's pass, it's forward. The Kiwis hang on.
That's a set play that Australia has used half a dozen times through this series. The switch from one side of the ruck back to the other, and then it's normally a second man play up the middle for Carmichael Hunt. But what they've done is practiced to give it to the decoy runner Sivanasiva, and Thurston didn't turn back far enough. Here comes Vadavai. Assisted from the field. They've done well there, the Kiwis, to hang on. Australia went with their pet play, changed it, and came up with snake's eyes.
Well, somehow they've got to get Vadavai back into this game at some stage. Don't forget they lost Steve Maddai in the first half. So at the best they would get through the contest with 16. 15 would make it very, very difficult.
Let's go to the sideline. Ben Eichen.
Look, this match has turned into a real arm wrestler dogfight. The Kiwis really digging deep. Test match footy at its best. There's a crowd here tonight of just under 30,000 people. But let me tell you, it feels like it's a packed house. The atmosphere is great. The crowd are loving it.
Oh, Wickie's collected high. He was falling in the tackle. There'll be no complaint from Ruben Wickie. Yeah. O'Donnell was there.
There's a bit of irony for you. Ruben Wickie getting caught high, falling into a tackle. Been around a long time, Ruben, and if there is something that is on his record, there's a couple of high shot offences.
And I'll tell him you said that too. And I'll tell him where you live.
I'm not having a shot at him.
You're both on report.
He knows that.
I bet you were a prefect at school. You're one of them blokes running to the teacher all the time, weren't you?
It's a long time ago, but yes. And now it goes for Jones. Infield for Kidwell. Might have been a little goose step there from Kidwell when he got the ball. Tackled by O'Donnell. Hallertau, Jones, then it comes out with Kalis. He'll be called to play at 31 metres away from the line. Now they've redeployed Vanganar out to left centre. And with it is Blair. Dumps it back. Webb couldn't get his hand on it. Jones has. Runs away, scurries away from Sivanasiva, little Stacey Jones. But still they are 30 metres from the Kangaroos line. They trail by 2. And still 23 minutes remaining. Asatazi makes a big run. Takes it up and tackled low down by Berrigan. 21 metres from the line. Hallertau darts off for another 9 metres. Last tackle play coming up. 11 metres out from the line. Look for the general. Here he is, Jones. Kicks it across to the corner. Inglis is underneath. Third up goes Happy. It goes over the dead ball line. And referee Klein's going to check it upstairs with a video ref.
Well, it is a big call, this one. Does it come off Shantaine Harpy or does it come off Greg English before going over the dead ball line? One will see a restart under the post, the other 20 metres out for the defending team. Flies high, Harpy. Greg Inglis, he definitely gets a touch, whether it's the last one.
What do you make of Hodges in this one? You happy with that? Does he change his angle to get in the way of Harpy here?
Yes, well.
Of course he does. I can't see where Harpy has ever knocked this ball forward, so there can be no infringement against him. You can say that Inglis has knocked it forward, and now it will come off Hodges to go over the dead ball line. Either way, I think it's got to be a line dropout for Australia. No doubt Hodges ran across there to get in his way. This is ridiculous.
It could very easily, it should be a penalty against Justin Hodges. He's interfered in what could be a dangerous situation in taking out a player climbing high to catch a football. It won't be that decision, but I'd be happy to see it. That happens too much in our game where players get in the way without any thought at all of the football.
Well, it's the video ref who makes the decision, Chris Ward here. Can't say we're all that happy that it has been left to him. No try goal line dropout.
Well, that's a good result for New Zealand in the fact that they will get consecutive sets of 6. They did well to survive at the other end. Now's their turn to have a shot. And the fact that they'll have a restart from under the post, they are nice and deep, the New Zealanders. They know Lockyer's been hitting these well.
Wrapping up with the Kiwis, it's Modu Tony who's gone to 5'8" with Vanganar out at centre. And here is Adam Blair. Ran back and his footwork meant he was able to evade Brent Tate. Plays it 40 metres out from the line. Pritchard, their first try scorer from the first half. And Andrew Ryan there to make that tackle. Not sure whether Andrew Ryan's had a rest tonight. He's been pretty constant. Poor ball. Tupou explodes onto it. Anthony Tupou. It's a wonderful pick-up and he's lost it. Advantage was played and the Kiwis have the ball. No drama. Right decision there.
Yeah, the referee said play on, loose carry. Asatasi.
If he had dropped it within a metre of picking it up, they would have called it back for scrum Australia feed, but he'd run a good 15 metres having picked it up off his bootlaces. So good decision with referee Klein. New Zealand 20 metres out from the line. Kidwell and Jones, and then quick hands from Webb for Blair. Great hands on for Pritchard, and equally good the tackle on Pritchard from Brent Tate. Webb quick play the ball. Jones back for Webb. 10 metres out from the line. Kidwell's with it. Kidwell's 5 out. He'd do a lap of the stadium if he scored. David Kidwell. Tony. Jones overrun by Kalis. Back for Asatasi. And that play implodes on the Kiwis. Last tackle. Now for Webb. 15 out from the line. Gets the kick to the in goal. Inglis has to play at it. Harpy's got him. We've got another line drop out.
Yeah, good stuff from Brent Webb. Stacey Jones was out of play, so he came up with the nice kick. Harpy putting pressure on Greg Inglis, forcing him to play at the football. Tremendous defence from the Australians. They came up with some great scrambling and a very nice tackle on the 4th tackle from Sean Berrigan, picked up some metres in defence.
They scored their try in this half with good decoy runs over towards Inglis and Hodges on this wing. That's a terrible line drop out. They got the ball in great position. He's knocked it on. Can you believe it? Can you believe that? What a let-off for Australia. And what disappointment there for David Farlogo. He totally miskicked. He's 1.5 yards over the line for a start. He's totally miskicked it. The Kiwis are going to come up with the ball 13 metres out from the line, and he muffed it. What a let-off for Australia. And that's got to be a kick in the guts to the New Zealanders.
Told you Darren Lockyer was hitting his dropouts well.
He nearly missed that.
Hodges is tackled 25 metres out. I'm trying to mount a defence for Darren Lockyer. It
was a shank.
He put one over the sideline in the first half that hit the fence on the fall. Maybe it's the golden boot. Maybe it's the golden boot he's wearing. Might be real gold. I don't know. Kite goes with it.
He'll give him golden boot in a minute, baby. Don't worry about that.
Underneath the crossbar, it is a little bit ordinary, both ends of the field. Under each crossbar, it's wear and tear. Have a look at it. The centre of it where he was kicking from, I don't know whether he was trying to get over that mark or what, but Thurston kicks downfield in the meantime. It's gone down. In a 20-metre restart, Thurston back 45 metres out from the line, punches the turf, but is that the defence? You know, no one's repaired their divots after previous kicks. I mean, the Sydney FC side played here last night, but he's well clear of the dirt when he shanks it.
No, he actually dropped it on the other foot.
That's from the goalie playing in the sand while the ball's up the other end of the field. Goalkeepers do that in soccer. They do it.
They won 3-0 last night, Sydney FC. They beat Queensland. And now New Zealand with the ball. Soliola, good ground. Tupou's there. 5 metres short of halfway. Hindmarsh, O'Mealy, Smith, they're all on the bench at the moment. And New Zealand are 40 metres away from the Australian line. There's still 18 minutes remaining. Jones goes out left. Pritchard dodged Lockyer, then tackled by Gasnier. Last tackle, 25 away. Yeah, this, oh my word, what happened there? David Farlongo
Accidental offside.
is caught accidental offside.
Well, the referee actually called play on. He said that this pass from Nigel Vunganar went backwards. I don't know how that was
What
the ruling.
about that?
But Stacey Jones could have picked that up and kicked it again. Two awful mistakes made by New Zealand at this end of the field.
So he's passed it out of his heads forward into Jones, who kicks it into the backside of the bloke standing in front of him. It's the Marks brothers out there for New Zealand. Kangaroos have possession. Carmichael Hunt's with it. Been a while since they've been deep inside New Zealand territory. Hindmarsh is ready to come back on. He was ready the moment he came off. Here's Thurston, dummy, not fallen for. He's lost it, in fact. It may have been punched out of his hands. Pritchard comes up with it. And ironically, Farlongo was involved in the tackle.
He did very well, deliberately played at the football, forcing the mistake. Simon Mannering keeps the legs driving towards halfway. As Ruben Wiki about to come back out. Yep, there's Farlongo knocking the football loose. It's a good play, and here he is again with a carry.
Australian referees would have ruled that a strip.
Absolutely.
But he was looking to pass that ball. It's a good decision.
As a Tazi. And straight away, Hindmarsh in to do what he does best. Front on tackle, putting man on the ground. New Zealand possession. Jones out for Tony. Then on for Soliola. Tries some footwork on Hodges. Flicks it back for Harpy. Got through the tackle of Thurston. We'll play it 30 metres out. Last tackle, New Zealand. Tony. And it's back for Jones. He fires all the shots. He's gone centre field. Hunter's there. Hunter's magnificent. Webb flashed through. Brent Webb didn't get a hand on it. And Hunt just kept his eyes on the ball. That was a bit like Hussey's catch in the cricket late yesterday. Now Lockyer back to the 40. For Australia. And Gasnier runs. He had the marker offside. He knew that. Now he comes back infield. Now he'll change direction again. Now he puts on some speed, Mark Gasnier. There were black and white jumpers everywhere. He treated them like witches' hats. It comes out for Thurston. Thurston for Tupou. Pass for Hodges. He's 20 metres out. Steps into Ruben Wiki. That's a nice surprise. You straighten up and you run into Ruben. Here's Thurston. 15 metres out. Kicks across field. Gasnier, Lockyer was there. It's been knocked down. We will break here from Aussie Stadium at 12:10. Line drop out this time to New Zealand, and this time referee Ashley Klein will time off. And New Zealand, as a result, will soak up every second. In fact, at this point, no one has bothered to grab a ball. That's what lengths we've gone to here. You have missed none of the action here at Aussie Stadium. We're live on Channel 9.
And you get the feeling that New Zealand will do very well to hold out here. They are tired, and the Australians are about to go for the jugular. Sivanasiva takes it 25 about and keeps going.
What about his last stride with the left leg? He launched himself into the New Zealand defence. Hindmarsh stumbling, gets within 12 of the line. 12 points to 10. Kiwis have scored 2 tries to 1. Lockyer, Carmichael Hunt is collared by Nigel Vunganar. Got him right around the collar of the jumper. Gasnier from dummy half. He'll try and position Tate. Here comes the cavalry. The Kiwis take him over the sideline.
I don't think Brent Tate helped Mark Gasnier much there. He didn't expect Gasnier to come back to the blind side. And the pass to me looked as though it was on a little bit earlier. There's the collision. Sivanasiva turning his body into the defence. He came, Gasnier. Well, Tate wasn't in bad position. I'll take that back. But Gasnier just didn't give him the ball early enough. And great Kiwi defence. They're out on their feet, but they just keep trying. Plenty of pride. They lead 2 tries to 1. Penalty goals is hurting them. Discipline and drop balls. But big games, you've got to make them. You've got to make your catches. You can't concede penalties.
Mannering, Vunganar, Jones all across there. An enormous rap for Simon Mannering, you know, playing now out on the wing. Geez, a good player. He's 20 years of age, his first Test series. He is going well. And so is this match. And as I understand it, there is golden point extra time in the Tri-Nations final. There is. We might be in for a long night. 12 points to 10. Matty John sideline.
I think it's time for Brian McLennan to get a little bit proactive. If I was him, I'd look to bring Brent Tate infield. Bit of a loose pass there. They got lucky, the Kiwis. I'd bring Brent Tate in. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, and he'd be very good against tiring forwards. A little bit like Leon Price.
And now Azatasi with it. He's up to halfway. And Hallertau throws it out for Jones. Jones's kick. There's got Hunt chasing back 5 metres out from his line. He runs it up. He's in top gear, and Carmichael Hunt has tackled 25 metres out from his own line. Kalis is up on his feet on the bench. Perhaps Coach McLennan had wanted to get Harpy in closer, but with all the problems they've had with Maddai and Vadavai, it would be another shuffle in the back line.
Well, that's the thing for New Zealand, as Sean Berrigan almost gets through, is the fact that they played this game with 15, a mistake from Berrigan going to count against them in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Pritchard's got a trouble here. He went to make the tackle on Berrigan and went straight for his shoulder, Frankie Pritchard, as Berrigan lost it. As Atasi was right there.
It's just binding nice and easy, okay, no wait. Okay, Brent, arms around
He's with the trainer right now, Frank Pritchard after that. Berrigan's filthy on himself, an error inside his own half.
Put my arms around, Nathan.
12 points to 10. Final 12 minutes of the Tri-Nations decider. There's the trickery. Jones runs off. The ball was still on the scrum, although referee Klein was saying out, out, out. Perhaps the ref was confused as well. They forced a penalty against Great Britain, was it not, earlier in the series? Here's Wiki. 31 metres from the line. New Zealand in possession. Stacey Jones steadies it, holds it up for Webb, unloads here, Harpy's with it, comes back in field, got away from Tupou, 21 metres out from the line. Modu Tony, terrible ball, picked up by Jones, gets the kick through, Willie Mason's back there. Penalty. He's knocked on. Penalty for pulled back. Mason had done so well, but Stacey Jones taking an Alfie Langer style kick has been interfered with.
It was good vision from Stacey Jones. Fullback Carmichael Hunt, you can see the number 1 was up in the line.
That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. They can't disappear. They can't assume that he's going to kick it. They don't actually impede him. He actually just comes out the other side.
That's a tough call. Nathan Hindmarsh, I guess, is the player. Will probably take the brunt of that.
Yeah, but if he dummies the kick and runs through, his coach gets up him for not making the tackle. He's got to put his body in front of him. And in the end, they did well not to impede his progress. That's too harsh a penalty. But at the other end, the Kiwis were probably hard done by themselves.
Well, Stacey Jones, he's not your first string kicker as such. I know he's a good goal kicker, but I wouldn't think that he's an 80% type kicker.
You had a bet on this one,
no,
Peter. What are you setting up for here? He's 10 metres out. He's 2 metres off centre.
He can throw this over.
Okay.
He can throw it over.
New Zealand flags here. This is for 12 all. With 10 minutes remaining in the Tri-Nations final, he's got it. It's 12 all, live on Channel 9 from Aussie Stadium. Two tries to 1, Pritchard and Soliola for the Kiwis. Tate for the Kangaroos. Jones has landed 2 goals. Thurston has kicked 4. Crowd of almost 30,000. Lockyer, he's having an off night, he almost fell over and kicking off. Here we go, folks, on Channel 9, our final match for the year, our 72nd game for the year, and we've got a 12-all scoreline with 9 to go. Here's a stat for you. Australia haven't scored a try since the 10th minute of play. That was when Brent Tate scored the lone 4-pointer for the Kangaroos. You've got to remember, game 2 of the series, they scored twice in the final 5 to break the hearts of the Kiwis.
They did that last week against the Lions as well. Pet played, Brent Webb, a wide pass. Modu Tony playing outside. Now Soliola.
Soliola looks to put a dance on. when he was confronted by Hodges.
Last tackle, Jones in the kicking position, pressure coming through.
They really rushed up on little Stacey, got the kick through. It's going to sit up for him though. Hunt comes up with the ball for the Kangaroos. Kalis is there first, so is Ruben Wiki on the Kangaroos fullback. 8 minutes remain, 5 out from the line. What a final, a 12-all. It was 24-0 last year.
And it's the Australians who made mistakes with the football in the last 5 or 10 minutes. Ricky Stewart now, the message out. Control the football, get to the other end.
Thurston away for Mason, risky pass. Picked up by Hindmarsh. What we do know is Lockyer can kick field goals from long range. They got Thurston as well. We saw Lockyer bang one over last week. Here's Lockyer, he's going to run it now. Darren Lockyer almost through the other side, got to halfway. Last tackle, and the ball is with Tate, and great work by Thurston. Thurston's got Gazdia. Hello, Gazdia's taken high. Gazdia 15 metres out was coat-hanged, and the Kiwis come up with the ball.
Well, the referee was in a good position to call. We're a long way away, but he was happy with what he saw. Frank Pritchard's the one who's got the claret. Well, everything else has been penalised up there tonight.
It sure has. Great play by Thurston. He really read they were short down there. The Australians have got the schoomers, 3 or 4 of them. The Kiwis will rely on their halfback, Stacey Jones. 6:45 left on the clock.
Pritchard still staggering in back play. Plenty of blood coming from the face. It comes out now for Tony. He rushes a kick. Modu Tony. Little bit of room here for Inglis. Inglis with it. Runs back at Soliola. Puts out the fend. Soliola has come up with the ball. Play on for the Kiwis. Soliola's got it. 35 metres out from the line. Now for Stacey Jones. Matty John sideline.
Benji Marshall, this is amazing. Who's the player that's going to do it for the Kiwis?
There's a lot of tired forwards in the Australian team around the ruck, and when the forwards are tired, the holes appear behind the ruck. I'll be looking to me fast men like Brent Webb, Dean Hallertau, Motu Tony, just get in behind the forwards, play ball.
They kicked the field goal, week 2 to go, 7 in front. It wasn't enough. Kalis is concussed. He's hit the deck for them. Wiki's with the ball. Offloads back for Tony. The Kiwis have got Pritchard, they've got Kalis in enormous strife. 19 metres out from the line. Ball comes for Azatazi. He's tackled by Hindmarsh. Last tackle. Jones is in position. Wiki's going to run the decoy. Jones's kick deflected into the arms of Hunt. Australia come up with the ball. Oh no! It goes over the sideline.
Carmichael Hunt trying to get Inglis away. A rush of blood. 6 minutes to go. The score's locked up. The charge down was a good one. Got them possession. Saw that Soliola was up, but it was forward and ended up over the sideline.
The charge down was O'Donnell. Gus O'Donnell on Jones.
O'Donnell on Jones. But Carmichael Hunt and Greg Inglis, the 2 young guns in this Australian side, back their ability. That's never a bad thing. Unlucky for them, though, they've given the Kiwis a chance.
I think there's a try in New Zealand here. Here's Webb, 15 metres out. Oh no, Hallertau ran through. Play on, said Klein. Hindmarsh makes the tackle.
Handled it well, Webb. He backed off, made sure that no defender was impeded.
Pritchard's okay, he's with the ball. He's 5 metres out from the line. New Zealand on the attack. There's 4.5 minutes remaining. 12-all. Vangana took a shot at them and is held up by Lockyer. Still on for the Kiwis. They will get another shot. Jones out for Azatazi. He offloads over the top. It'll bounce the way of Harpy. Harpy is held by Inglis and taken back to the 20. That's tackle number 4. If they're thinking field goal, they need to get to centre field. Hallertau's with the ball. He's tackled by Kite, by Hindmarsh, and by Smith. Last tackle. They'll go deeper this time. Here it comes. Smith rushes up. Back for Webb. Webb takes the shot. And he's kicked it, has he? Brent Webb, no. It just went out to the side of the posts. Brent Webb took the shot. Watch it again. Live on Channel 9. It's there. It's there. It's got to be there. It's wide.
How did it miss? Beautifully executed. The switch from Jones to Webb, it was in everywhere.
The Australians still on the far side, the right side. If they can get the ball out, there's their best chance of scoring a try. Otherwise, they'll look to get Lockyer or Thurston into position for one.
Oh, Kidwell went up there on Hindmarsh and got him. Kidwell tackles Hindmarsh. If it's 12-all at full time, we're headed to Golden Point. Mason, we may have no off-season. They may still be playing through December. Here's Smith, kicks from inside the 40. He's gone for 40, 20, he's got it.
Yes.
He has nailed it. Cameron Smith has produced a miraculous play with 2 to go. Scrum, 10 metres out, they rush down, they get the stopping of the clock.
Stay in there, guys.
With 2 to go, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. At 12-all. What a kick from Cameron Smith. What a time to produce it. That is amazing stuff. Live on Channel 9, here's the scrum. 10 metres out from the line. Hodges! Hodges gets past 2. Mannering's there to make the tackle. Captain Mannering, what a tackle it is. 5 metres out from the line. 2.5 minutes remaining. Tate's with the ball. Tate is held and thrown down by Blair.
Don't know whether they would wait until the last tackle. Try and score the try here.
Thurston, Lockyer, then for Mason. He's got the one-arm carry looking to offload.
Your best chance is to go earlier than the 5th.
9 metres away from the line. Lockyer's there. Thurston will take the shot. Thurston shot. Thurston, he's missed to the right as well. It must have looked good off the boot to him.
It looked good from here. I think they both kicked field goals.
It looked like it's gone through. He hit it perfectly, then put the hands to the head. Missed by a coat of paint.
Extraordinary stuff in the Tri-Nations final. This crowd is delirious with attention. 12-all, 90 seconds remaining. Vanganar's got the ball. Vanganar takes the tackle from Ryan. Kiwi, Kangaroo chant. They're going chant for chant. Wiki goes for a run. They're not going to get into field goal zone in this set. Jones is with it. Out it comes for Kidwell. Takes on Thurston. Brilliant tackle, Thurston. Kidwell goes again. Offloads for Harpy. He's 45 metres from the line. Maybe they will get to field goal zone. He'll play it 35 metres out. Last tackle, Kiwis. Jones props, stops, gets the kick in. Jones is wide again.
On the full.
Carmichael Hunt catches it on the full. And a 20-metre restart. Oh boy. Quick restart. And so it should be. O'Donnell's with the ball. Wiki's over the top. 34 seconds remaining. 12 points all. 2 tries to 1 to the Kiwis. Smith to Thurston. Dummy. Hindmarsh. Hindmarsh over the 40. Well played 8 metres inside his own half. That's how far they've got to go. I reckon Lockyer can kick one from 40. Thurston back for Mason. Mason on the charge. Has gone straight over the top. Big Willie kicks. Wiki's chasing. Webb's back there. Inglis doesn't get it. Thurston has. Oh, the video referee has to decide. In all of that, Manu Tony has been knocked out on halfway by Willie Mason. But this is sensational. There's not a nanosecond left on the clock.
We're going upstairs to see if the Australian chaser has knocked on before Jonathan Thurston. What a break from Mason and a left foot kick. I think it's Cameron Smith, is it, who leads the way? No, in fact, it's Greg Inglis. Oh, it's come off his shoulder. He's knocked on.
We're going to Golden Point, Peter. I'm sure video referee has to rule off the right bicep of Inglis. Thurston got it down, but
yeah, it's a knock on.
Knock on.
Did you tip this, Gus? Could you have expected this?
I thought it'd be over long before this. I thought it'd be over long before this. Willie Mason and that man have nearly pulled it out of the fire for Australia. The Kiwis have been brave to hang on, and we've got to go beyond the distance, beyond the 80 minutes to get a result.
Suits me.
It is no try. Now, in the midst of all of this is Manu Tony back on halfway. He went to try and make the tackle on Willie Mason, and Mason went straight over the top. That's what a steamroller can do to you.
Now, let's hope that that looks worse than it is. Hopefully there's no fracture or break up there. There he is trying to take him front on.
Yeah, need him straight in the head. Need him straight in the head. Not deliberately, accidental. Manu Tony went in low. A great chase from Webb, a great chase from Inglis. It is a game of inches, isn't it?
Well, after the siren last week, we saw Carmichael Hunt put in a beautiful kick that saw Brent Tate score. This time it was Willie Mason. Somebody you wouldn't expect to be putting the left footer through, that almost pulled the game out of the fire, or gave the victory to that team on screen.
Have they got any players left, the Kiwis?
Oh, do you want to sum up the last 5 minutes for me? What just happened in all of that?
No, we've got to get
on shots, the breaks.
We've got to get on with the next 5 minutes. I don't know if the Kiwis have got any players left.
Lost Madai, lost Vadavai, lost Tony. Interchange goes back to 0. You actually get an extra 2 interchanges in extra time, but they've only got 1 player to rotate.
Well, the good thing for New Zealand is that they've got 13 players, and that's what they will hoping will get the job done in a short period of time in Golden Point. Both teams have had a huddle. New Zealand's still in theirs.
This is their 9th huddle of the evening. They had 5 huddles before the game. They had 2 at half-time. They huddle up every time there's a break in play.
Well, Lockie's the Golden Boot winner. I still think if he gets the shot, I think he can nail it. By the way, David Middleton, best stats man in the business. It reminds us that the 1972 World Cup final, Australia versus Great Britain, it was 10-all at full time. They played 20 minutes of extra time. There was no score, and Great Britain were awarded the World Cup on superior record in the preliminary matches. Now, we will play 5 minutes of extra time. If there's no points in that, we then keep on playing. We have a restart of play, and we keep on playing until there is.
Darren Lockyer has just said to his players, we are receiving. They will have the first opportunity to put on a point or better in this extra period. New Zealand, they need to throw everything at this defensive set to make sure that the opposition are either kicking out of their own end or not within field goal range at the end of the 6.
Here we go, Golden Point extra time in the Tri-Nations final. We still can't put season 2006 to bed. Mason takes the first hit up, is thrown down by Wiki. I think the tackle hurt Blair as well. I'll just keep this going. Hindmarsh. What about this tackle? In the 81st minute, Ruben Wiki, pick him up and throw him down. Luke O'Donnell. Tackled low, 22 metres out from the line, but that's already tackle number 3. Thurston attacks the short side, spun his way past Soliola, got it away for Hodges. Little bit of trouble here. Hodges is beaten 3. He almost got past a 4th. They're 5 short of halfway on tackle number 4. Smith, Hindmarsh, he'll get them over halfway. Do they want a shot or do they want field position?
Field position, drive it into the in-goal area. Cameron Smith will do that.
Last tackle, Smith got Webb wrong-footed. It's a great kick. Chasers coming from everywhere. Webb picks it up. Webb's back to the field of play. But the set starts 5 metres out from the goal line.
Great play by both teams. Good set of 6 there from Australia. Great kick from Cameron Smith. Great hustle by Brent Webb.
Now Simon Mannering on the 3rd play. They are still inside their 20.
It's like Forsey backs now. New Zealand up against it. That's the 4th tackle, still only 25 metres out. Australia will get the advantage if they force the opposition to kick in their own half.
They're going to attack. They get it out. Kidwell offloaded. Could have been forward. Harpy flick pass. Soliola 45 metres out from the line. Hodges is now in trouble. He's got cramp. Jones gets a kick downfield. Cut off by Hunt on his own 20. Hunt gets over the 30. He's over the 40. He steps.
It's
And Hodges is limping.
Advantage Australia, despite a couple of players limping back. Sean Berrigan's second tackle. They are going to be in a great attacking position here, 3 or 4 in.
What odds the old golden boot does it?
Thurston, Lockyer, chance on the right side, Gaznia. He scored the match winner in game 2. He's thrown down 30 minutes out, lost it! Gaznia's lost the ball! It'll be a New Zealand scrum feed, 2.5 minutes into extra time.
How gripping is this? You've got to remember too that these players have been training and playing since last November. It's the longest season on record. We're now in the golden point extra time and they're still giving it to each other. Still giving each other 100%. It's outstanding stuff.
Scrum win 30 metres out from the line for our Victorian viewers. You were hoping to go to an election update. We'll blow that. Stay with this. It's 12 all. There's a bit more to be decided here. This is football. 39 metres out from their own line. Live on Channel 9, the Tri-Nations decider. Azatazi with it. Tackled by Hindmarsh. Smith is there, so too Ryan. That's tackle 3. They're back to centre field. Pritchard's with the ball. He was down for the count for the Kiwis.
Well, he came up with the tackle on Mark Gaznia as Motu Tony looks on. The Australians look more likely to score a try. If New Zealand are to win, you would think it would be field goal.
Soliola's put it down. Inglis was looking to go straight on the attack. Knock on against New Zealand. 5 metres inside the Kangaroos half. There's 1 minute and 20 remaining in the first half of extra time.
That was a real chance. He catches that. He's got Inglis 2-on-1 and Harpy on his outside. And Soliola just took a little look up to see the opportunity. Darren Lockyer, in all likelihood, will get the last say in this first little section. That man there will be working them towards position and looking for the left foot field goal.
On halfway, Tate with it. Chased across field there by Soliola. He had the leg and he'll be penalised. Oh, that's cruel. But he didn't release the leg as Tate looked to play the ball. It is 1 metre inside the Kangaroos half. They will kick for the line. They will be in position. If they want the 1-pointer, they've got 50 seconds remaining of this first half of extra time to boot it. Thurston, Hindmarsh.
Don't rule out a try, Andrew. I think the Australians could wrap this up with a try if they can't in the first couple take the point, but I think the opposition look vulnerable. Got 2 balls on the field here. That slows it down. That helps New Zealand's cause.
He's in position, Lockyer. They just got to go now.
20 metres out. Smith, Ryan will be tackled. He's in position right now. He's back on the 30, Lockyer. He wants it now. Smith throws it back for Lockyer. Here it comes. Charge down Kiwis. Webb chases. Webb will get to the ball. What a play. Give him a golden boot. Give Brent Webb a golden boot. The Kiwis have got it. Kidwell goes on the charge. He's tackled 35 metres out from the line. Seconds remaining, first half of extra time. Jones will take a step. Jones has kicked it wide. And we're off for a second half. Just keep it going. What about this charge down? I assume they were onside. But what about the desperation?
That's just outstanding stuff from New Zealand. What courage. They've had to run 25 metres to get to that to block it. So too the Australians. Lockyer and O'Donnell up there putting pressure on the Kiwi halfback. This is just courage. This is physical effort beyond all call. And again, the Kiwis go into a huddle. Let's huddle up. Let's talk about what we're going to do.
Well, they got 1 on the bench. We've had 6 field goal attempts so far. 2 from the Aussies. 4 from New Zealand. In history, these 2 nations have played only 2 draws. The last one was 2004 in Auckland, 16 all. The one previous to that was back in 93, 14 all. There can be no draw tonight. They'll just keep playing and playing and playing. And I swear this crowd has built up.
Yeah, the people have heard about it. They've made phone calls. Get down here with the second.
It'll be funny if we hold the cricket up tomorrow.
Second set of extra period coming up here. It will be the New Zealanders to receive.
Might be Quizmania with Gus Gould, the way we're going. There's Lockyer. Here we go again, folks. Let's do it again. Let's have another dance. Webb fields the kick-off. Well, Kalis is back there. How did he come back? Where'd they get those painkillers? I want some. Kiwis in possession. Webb for Menery. He's over the 20. Tackled down by Gazdia and Lockyer on tackle number 2 as we march into the 86th minute of play. Halatau, he's tackled 15 short of halfway. We haven't been able to go to Benji Marshall for a while. He's getting oxygen at the moment. Ball comes out from Farlongo to Asatazi. He'll play it 40 metres out from the line. Farlongo for Jones. Gets it out for Kidwell. He's running like a 16-year-old Kidwell. And now Soliola will play it on the last tackle. Jones will take a shot. No, he'll kick from 45 metres out. Get it to win goal. He's pulled it up perfectly. Australia in possession. Carmichael Hunt, he's going close to the goal line. Now he straightens up and Asatazi cleans him up. Oh, he put paid to that run. Big Roy. Kangaroos ball 20 metres out from their own line, tackle number 2. We play until we get points. There is no stoppage from here on in. We're into the 87th minute of play. Smith with the ball. Now for Thurston, dummy. Thurston's through. There's support left and right. Lockyer's on the inside. Lockyer scores the try. The Golden Boot winner. The Brisbane captain. The Queensland captain. The Australian captain has scored the try to win the Tri-Nations final. What a sensational finish. 16 points to 12.
We mentioned the halves tonight, that they were the danger for the opposition. Well, after 87 minutes, it was the combination of the 7 and the 6 that have wrapped up this year's Tri-Nations. A superb performance from both teams.
16-12 full-time score. An unbelievable close to this match. I don't know what happened from about 10 minutes from full-time and on. We had 40 20s. We had 10 field goal shots. We have had an amazing try to win.